Well, it's another beautiful Saturday morning out here in Southwest Florida. Glad to talk to everybody. I just spoke to Chris. Coach Chris Taylor gave us a little report from the Myakka River. Man, he's really doing good. He was out there last night about sunset using some new topwater lures. There's a guy out in DeSoto County, Arcadia, named Don Daniels. And he's been designing his own homemade lures. He does them all himself, paints them himself, designs them himself. And very few people have access to them. So Chris managed to get a couple of them. He went out there last night and he just tore it up. He was just a little bit further out from where TNT bait tackle is over there on the Ojibbean Bridge. He was over there on the left side as you're heading out of the Myakka River. And there's a little area called Tippy Canoe Bay. And a lot of little inlets in there, nice flats in there, great fishing. He got in there as the tide was starting to run out and just tore up some reds, some snook. Even got on a cobia out there on top water with these baits. Really cool. He's got some pictures he's sending me today. He had to run around do some more work this morning, but he's supposed to stop by later and send me some of those pictures. So I'm definitely looking forward to posting those too. So, but I want to get a fishing report out there for this weekend. It's been really nice out, just beautiful. I was out there fishing on the north end of the Rotunda Locks over there on the Myakka also. And that whole area is just packed full of trout right now. I was using a Johnson Sprite, just fishing that little cove. There's a little inlet that goes into the inlet into the North Rotunda Locks. And you can kind of get around those mangroves and that whole edge area. And you know, on high tide, it's full of snook, it's full of fish. On low tide, you can get snook and trout in there. But I love to fish for trout. You can get a Johnson Sprite right up in there and pull it along the mangroves and just pull fish in one after another. I got 4 really nice trout in there just playing around. And that was with a little 3/4 ounce Johnson Sprite. And I was actually using the jacket rather than a little tippet that they call Johnson Sprite. I don't know why. I think the tippet came off, so I put the jacket on so I'd have a little red color back there. And of course, fish on with those baits. So we've got a great report coming from Chris on the Myakka. Got some new stuff coming up, got some new people aboard. We're going to start interviewing. We've got to get out to the Caloosahatchee, get an interview with the kayak team out there. And also some locals. I've been talking to a couple of the captains. I'm sorry that I haven't had the chance to get everybody up and going and get your stuff on the air here. I've just got a lot going on, a lot to catch up with. It's all starting to come together now. We've got the phone lines, we've got all that working cleared up. We got schedules for people to call and talk to. Even have a call in, so you just call and leave us a message and leave your fishing report on an answering machine. It's a high resolution voicemail answering machine. And we can record up to 60 minutes, so that's awesome. We get a really nice report from anybody, any place in the country, so we're going to start doing that. Also going to be adding Texas. So we have a lot of lure manufacturers that have pro staff members that want to get on board that are in Texas, so we're going to start doing that. Really the same waters you get in Galveston, Florida, Appalachia Bay, and this whole area around over to Texas. And you're fishing for big reds, you're fishing for big snook. I mean, there's a little variety here and there, but it's basically some of the same fishing when you get along the coastline of Texas and Florida here on the Gulf. So should be pretty cool. So a lot more stuff coming up. Got Chris coming up, and we'll have actually a pretty cool lineup for next week with everybody up and going by next week. So it should be really good. I appreciate everybody's input, all the pictures, all the MP3s you've been sending us. So we're gonna have them all on and going real quick. So you folks have a great Saturday out there fishing. I'm actually going to get this done, and I'm going fishing myself. I'm heading back up the Peace River over by the power lines. And I caught a nice tarpon out there. I was pulling a rattle trap. And I'm going to go up there and see if I can get on more tarpon. So I'm actually heading north to the I-75 bridge on the Peace River. And probably up around where the power lines are. That's where I grabbed that one last week. So if you see some crazy guy with a camera and a big fuzzy microphone coming up to your boat, it's probably me. So don't shoot me, but if you have any extra fish you want to give away, I'll take them. So I'll see you guys on the river. Have a great Saturday, and we'll be back. Should be tomorrow with another report Sunday and Monday morning again. So have a great day out there fishing, and we'll see you soon. What's happening, sir?
What's happening?
Same old fun stuff. I figured I'd give you a call. I was talking to you about those lures you picked up in DeSoto County yesterday and did some really good fishing. And Chris stopped by. We did a little recording, and I ended up botching the recording, so I had to give him a call back on the phone and get his story again. It was a great one. Really good stuff about some new lures out in Arcadia. So Chris, if you can, give me that rundown again, bud.
All right. Well, I think it went off talking about Mr. Don Daniels and his lures that he custom makes out of Arcadia. And I picked up a couple of Mr. Daniels lures and before I knew it, I was heading out, going out to try them. So I went out to El Jabin, where I like to normally hang out, and decided to head back up toward the Tippecanoe area, and tied them on, got out there, and within about 14 casts, lost both lures. So the thing is the good Lord took after me that day, and he brought me my lures back. So went out yesterday though, Frank, and decided to go reenact this beautiful thing that I had on. And it was like recreating the same picture, just like I told you it was going to happen again.
So you went out and got a couple more lures, and you tried them out there again?
Oh yeah, stopped at the place, bought 2 more lures.
Yeah.
And went back out there. Took a friend this time. Took a wild fishing buddy with me.
All right, you got a witness.
I got witnesses, and I got people to take pictures. So I got some really nice pictures that I'm going to be posting up on the website here pretty soon.
Cool.
But you will be impressed with some of the catches that we got last night.
What'd you get?
Got huge reds last night.
Is that right? Off of those baits? Off the bait you got from
massive jacks.
Daniels?
Massive jacks. Had snook blowing these lures probably 10 feet in the air. Just
nice.
Popping them so hard. If you know the combination of that suck, that pop noise that when a snook really pops.
Oh yeah.
They were popping this lure up in the air. It was exciting to see. It was really fun.
Beautiful. That's right.
Very confident lure.
Tippecanoe Bay over there on the Myakka there?
Yep, Tippecanoe. Now that starts right there at El Jabin.
Oh yeah.
And works its way back up into some really shallow areas, but it's got some great fishery back in there.
Well, that's that north end of the river, just below where TNT Bait and Tackle is. If you go in the bridge there and head down, the left side of the river and heading out, that whole Tippecanoe runs right out to, Hog Island, all that stuff's over on that side. But yeah, beautiful. So you got some nice reds, you got some nice snook, and went out and bought some more lures, huh?
They got me 2 more lures. I had to do it. I couldn't be out there and not have backups with these things after the day before. Back to the beginning of yesterday's trip was taking off with the gold and orange bellied lure. Within 4 casts, about a 40-inch cobia, blows it up, and I broke off within about 4 seconds.
Very, very nice. Yeah, those little colors, boy. The cobia do like the dark colors. And you know what? The water up there is kind of tea-colored still, so, this kind of matches the water. It does real nice. Now, what was that? Was that a top water suspend? Was that a diver? What was that?
That's all. They're both all top water that I'm fishing right now, because nothing excites you more than getting a good top water hit,
I love it. It drives me crazy. I love it. I'll just sit out there for hours and wait for that one hit to come. But I'll tell you what, if you could entice a cobia to come up and hit top water like that out there, that's awesome. I mean, that's great.
I have never had it happen. I've never had a cobia come up and blast on something. So, I've always had to...
Man, I got some news on the new spot out there, boy. I'll tell you what, it's everybody's really getting a lot of fish out there, man. The Myakka cutoff area, Hog Island, over by the pier and the bridge. I mean, everybody's really doing good. I'm glad to see it.
Well, I ended up over when I decided to finish the trip. I came out of Tippecanoe and went over to the mouth of the Myakka cutoff. And one thing I noticed as I was running around that point going into the cut, there was 4 or 5 schools. Big schools of thread fins, and as I was running that flat, I was spooking them, and it was nice to see them big thread fins already moving back into the cutoff and back into our areas, because that means the next thing that's going to happen is big snook are going to start showing up in huge schools.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yep, the warm waters in, the bait fish are out there all over the place now. You used to have to really look for them. Now you really just run right over them when you're running on a boat out there, so there's bait fish everywhere, and it's good to see. As a matter of fact, we were up on, where Rotunda, the North Locks and Rotunda are, that little inlet that comes out there on the Myakka. We were fishing in that little cove there about 2 weeks ago, and I was just playing with an old Johnson Sprite, the old silver Sprite, and I probably pulled at least 4 nice trout out of there, just playing around. I mean, just having fun up in there. So yeah,
we caught 4 or 5 trout last night also.
Is that right? Yeah, those trout are
we caught some nice trout last night. We caught nice ladyfish. We caught big jacks.
Beautiful.
It was just, I mean, it was game on.
Well,
Red.
how was the light out there? About what time? Was it already sunset or?
Well, you know what time I came by the house was probably, what, 3 o'clock. By the time I got to the water, it was 5 o'clock. So the tide was moving out real beautiful, and everything was low. So, I mean, if you wanted to move somewhere, you had to be going shallow.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You know what kind of bottlenecks all the
shallow.
fish?
Yeah. It's, back in Tippecanoe is a great place for a kayak. I mean, if you're going to kayak fish in this town, I would really suggest that this county put in some kind of a ramping system that gets them into Tippecanoe, because they're missing out on a big area of the fishing.
They really should. I mean, really, that whole area, unless you put in right at the bridge there someplace, and it's hard to get in there. I mean, if you go off-road there and try to just fish there aren't too many places to really do anything if you don't want to get stuck, that is.
Where that U-Haul place is at. Right there. You know what I'm talking about? Going down Elsevier Road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what we're talking about. Yep.
If you go back and behind that U-Haul place, that big creek that goes out to Tippecanoe comes out right there. They could easily put a little park right in there.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
The amount of money this county wastes on things that just don't bring in tourists.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, don't get me started on county politics. Everybody will find out why we had to rate this PG-13. But yeah, you're right. The money they piss away just on the Murdoch Village, I mean, God knows what they could have done for local fishermen and tourists and everybody doing. Just the fact that you have to pay to park at a ramp is crazy in this county. Personally, I think that everybody that wants to come here, go fishing and everything, we pissed away enough money in Murdoch Village to cover parking for whoever wants to come on out and have a good time. So they've done some stupid things, that's for sure.
Yeah, can't call out the sins on the fishing channel, baby.
I told you, don't get me started on all that political crap, man. We'll be here forever. But all right, Chris, bud, I'm gonna let you go. I know you're real busy. You're working and fishing, so
yeah, I gotta go to work.
Definitely.
And, obviously, I've lost my voice now this morning, so.
Oh yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you'll get by anyway. We're gonna call you up and we'll listen to a horse fish report, so we don't mind.
Horse, of course.
All right,
don't
Chris,
forget.
I sure appreciate it.
Gotta babysit paradise, baby.
Oh, you bet. I'll be here taking care of it. When you get back from work, you can take over.
All right, see ya.
See ya. Bye. Well, I sure appreciate it, Chris. Chris is really busy. I know he's really going to a lot of trouble to get us these reports and getting out there and doing some fishing and trying out different baits to see what works. I really like getting local. I like talking to local people, local bait manufacturers, the people right here that are working hard and really putting their all in. So Chris is one of those people. The captains we talk to that are out here chartering are those people. These people that own the bait and tackle shops, that are building fishing rods, building boats. They're in the trenches, they're working hard. So we love to talk to them and find out right from them what's going on with the boats, what's going on with the fishing. Where's the best place to fish today? Not from a guy that's going to make money off me, but from some guy that's just out there doing it. Give me your honest opinion. And definitely that was Chris's honest opinion. I appreciate it, bud. Great story. I'm going to try those baits myself as soon as I can get away from this microphone. And Don Daniels, we got to find out more about Don Daniels. We're going to see if we can get him to talk into our electric can here and give us a little interview on the microphone. And I'd like to learn more about these lures because they sound good. It sounds like he's doing really on the Myakka River with them, so we're going to check that out. Thanks again, Chris. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow's Sunday, and we should have a new report, a couple of new people that will be calling us from their boats. We'll be talking to fishermen out there on their boats fishing and give you the interviews right here. FishyFins.com. If you have anything you want to send me, just send it to the fish at FishyFins.com. Pictures, MP3s, videos, anything like that. Or you can text me with them if you want to. Just, take the picture, take the soundbite, take the video, choose to share it, and text it to 941-204-9100, or email it to thefish at FishyFins.com. And I sure appreciate it. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Have a great day fishing. I'm heading out myself. Bye-bye.